Chris has a longtime friend. They were their 20s, and she joined us yesterday. And she got to see the space launch last night, going to ISS. Yeah, it was incredible. But my theme this morning, and I don't know if I'm doing this right. Let's see. My theme this morning is: can you remember a good friend 60 years ago? Can you bring to your mind somebody's love that when you were 20, right? When you were 20, who was it? Bring it to your mat right now, right? Let's do it. Can you hear me? Everybody thumbs up? Okay. Good, okay. So any leg position, kind of tuck that tailbone in. I want you to feel the low back expand on the mat. You can have your feet wide, you can bring the feet together, you can stretch out long, but tuck the pelvis just for a moment. And from that tailbone through the entire spinal column to the crown of the head, feel the support of your mat, of your practice, of Mother Earth. And then I'm going to ask you again, invite in that person. When you were 20, Barb might have been a hippie. Bring him in. Bring him in. Because you know what? Yesterday, when she arrived and they had that big hug, 60 years of friendship was incredible. That thought in mind, hands on the belly, it doesn't matter. 5 deep breaths. In through the nose. Expand through the upper body and the ribs and the belly. And then let it go. Let the whole body sink down to our practice. And I say it time again, this is the yoga practice. Breath, body, mind, spirit. I don't care about your warrior 2. I don't care if you can do triangle. All I care about is what brings you back every day to this space. 3 breaths. Ujjayi. Maybe constrict that victorious breath in your throat, just so it gives your mind something to center on. That beautiful breath in and out the body. And if you're elevated or using any props, just roll off to the side, set them away. Come back onto your back. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a good morning hug. And again, as you do this, roll that tailbone up so you get all that space from the tailbone through the spine. And then we're going to bring the feet back into that bridge position. So the heels close to the sit bones, feet parallel, knees, thighs parallel. Take a moment, just rock back and forth, and maybe even squeeze those shoulder blades in so that the shoulder tips fall down. Take a moment to lift the chin, the head, and bring the chin into the throat. And then we're going to press into our heels, press into our arms that are resting by our body, and come into a bridge. So easy bridge. Lift the hips, press into the heels, Send the knees away and roll the weight to your bridge, that space between the shoulder tips. Bellies in, thighs tuck in, shoulders squeeze in. And just take 3 full breaths here. So there's lots of science about like coming back down like pearls on a dresser, one vertebrae at a time, or maybe a straight spine. Feel what you feel and bring yourself down to the mat. Easy. And then hug the right knee into the chest. Interlace behind that hamstring and send the right heel towards the ceiling. My leg is bent, so we don't have to go straight. Just feel the stretch as you draw the thigh in towards the chest. Again, re-examine forehead, jaw, face, shoulders, upper body, let it rest. And then draw that thigh in. Take a full breath. And then maybe walk the hands to the calf. Again, easy upper body. And then point, flex, roll through the ankle, bring some movement into the toes. You guys have done this with me enough. You know what feels good. So just bring movement into that foot. And we're going to find that half happy baby here. So when you're ready, we'll come back to the flex in the foot. Maybe walk the hands to the ankle. Drop that knee down to the side body. Grab onto the big toe or the outside of the foot. Here, Barb teaches us, if you grab the outside of the foot, those finger pads are right in the inner arch. Press in. That's a huge place. And then draw the knee down. Soften the breast, soften the face, soften the shoulders. Open the hips. Two more breaths here. And then nice and easy, just like we just came into it, we're going to start to raise that heel back to the ceiling. Walk the hands to the back of the ankle and the calf and the thigh. Pull it in one more time. And then we're going to just set the right foot down, right by the hip. Level out the sacrum, the low back. Pull the left knee into the chest. So let's wake up this side now. So squeeze in, interlace behind that left hamstring, and slowly, let's bring that left heel towards the ceiling. Again, if you notice me, I am not going straight because I'm not that open yet, but I feel the stretch. So I draw my thigh to the chest, to the ribs. I press my heel to the ceiling. And I breathe into all the space that I'm starting to create here. Point and flex, circle that ankle, spread those toes, make some feeling into that whole foot. And as Sherry said, even when you point those toes to the ceiling, open that space from the upper foot all the way through the upper ankle. Draw the thigh back in close and maybe walk the hands up. Find your stretch. And then we're going to move happy baby, half happy baby here. So again, hands to the outer edge or hold on to the ankle. Draw the knee down to the outer ribs. Open up the back of that glute. And then, Barb, let's press those little finger pads into the center of our foot, into the sole. so many nerve endings. And then re-soften. Soften the upper body, soften the breath. As you close down the eyes, again, notice any tension you're holding anywhere. Draw in a full inhale through the nose. Let it fill your body. And exhale slow. Everything melts. And again, as we're ready, we'll release whatever grip we have on the foot. Re-extend the heel towards the ceiling. One last stretch to draw that thigh in. And then we're going to place that foot right next to the right. Level out the hips here. And one more time. Arms beside the body, palms down. Press into the back of the hands. Press into the heels. Lift the hips. Let's find a bridge. So in your bridge, again, sometimes a block is really helpful here because it helps us hold those knees and thighs in together, but press them away to the back of your mat as you lift the hips. No weight in the head or the neck. Very important. You can hear me talk. You should be able to use that ujjayi breath, that breath not restricted, because the weight is in the shoulders. Lift the glutes higher. Draw the belly in. And then slowly, slowly lower. Your choice. Roll down or flat back. Level the hip points. Feel the spine support first. And then you can rock front to back. I'm going to just roll over to one side. And I'm going to come to all fours. So my all fours, fingers spread wide, my palms press into the mat, so much so that I feel the shoulder blades on the back body begin to separate and give room to the back of the heart. And then I'm going to breathe. I'm going to drop my belly. I'm going to lift my heart to the top of the mat. Tailbone lifts. I'm going to press back into the palms, and I'm going to round, and I'm going to tuck the chin. And as I tuck and round, I notice the back of my neck, right? And then just move. Feel what you feel in your body. Couple more. And again, sway or move the hips. It's your cat-cow. And we're going to return to that neutral table. When you come back to your neutral table, pay attention here. I want you to scoop that belly in, like you could suck it into the lower ribs. Can you do that? Big breath as you press into the palms, as you round, as you find the space behind the shoulders. And then one more big inhale, let it go, drop that belly, lift the heart, gaze to the top of the mat. And then bring it back, neutral table. Toes are tucked under. We're going to do a little core here. So toes tucked under. Let's lift those knees half an inch off the mat. So very important that the belly supports the spine. So deep breath in. We're going to continue to breathe as we hover in this table. Big breath. And I never found down dog to be a relaxing pose like they tell us to, but after we hover right now for one or two more breaths, press into your feet and your hands, and lift the hips high to the ceiling and then send them away. And yeah, that might feel good now. And then pedal it out. One heel and the other heel. Again, notice the belly. Can you, I hate to say suck it in, but can you scoop it in under your ribs? And notice your head. You let it lay heavy so the neck releases. And then we're going to find some stillness. So come up high on the balls of your feet and maybe bend the knees just a bit to stick that tailbone way up and then lower the heels down, downward facing dog. Big breath. And instead of walking forward, let's bend those knees and walk the hands toward your feet. So you're in a forward fold at the back of the mat. Again, knees are bent. Maybe the ribs rest on the thighs. The head hangs. Maybe you sway side to side. Maybe you shake and get a little vibration going through the body. Notice what you notice and do what you need. And I haven't filmed from up here, so I have no idea what the camera angle is going to be. But when you come back to stillness at the center, again, flare those toes, feel the foundation of your feet, and bend through the knees, and bring yourself to a slow roll up to stand. And as you do, sweep the arms out and up and bring them to your heart center. Close down the eyes. Again, you guys, you know the energy medicine. Feel that movement. That's my favorite saying. In stillness, there is movement. In movement, there is stillness. Find yours. Take in a full deep breath. And then release the arms beside you. Take them out and up. And as you reach them up, interlace so that the palms now go towards the ceiling. Press up. Find all that length in your body. Again, soft knees, please. And as you press up, maybe the gaze goes up, maybe it doesn't matter. Press up and then take just a little bit of a bend to the right. Use your breath. Inhale to come back to center. And as you exhale to the left, open the chest. Inhale, come back up, stretch those palms to the ceiling. Last time to the right. And as you go to the right, press the palms, but then release the clasp. Grab for the elbows. Again, head goes back into the box that you've created. And maybe the weight of those elbows deepens the stretch. 2 breaths. Right into the left rib basket, right. We'll gently release. Again, interlace the hands, take them back up, reach to the ceiling, and we'll go left. Palms up, palms left. As you find your stretch, release the hands, reach for the elbows, and again, open the chest. Find some length into the right side body. One more deep breath. Inhale, come right back up. Interlace the hands, squeeze them to the ceiling, and then release slowly. Hands to the side, bring them behind the back. Interlace again. Again, nice bend into the knees, right? Deep bend. Then press the fist away from your body as you interlace or hold on to wrists or forearms. And then again, head and shoulders is going to be the last. We're going to begin to bend into the knees. The ribs are going to find the thighs. Yeah, the chest comes down, the head comes down, the arms reach to the ceiling first, and then we just let them float overhead. Big shoulder opening. 3 breaths. One more time, reach the fist up towards the ceiling. Take the full breath, and on the exhale, release the clasp. Let the arms come back down to the earth. Everything dangles. And we're going to walk it back, downward facing dog. Hands come forward, feet go back, hip distance. Press the heels back, press the heels of the hands away so you get the weight out of your wrists. Take a full breath. And then nice and slow, we're going to just release the knees to the mat. Good. Bring the hips down to one side, swing the feet around, and Dandasana. So legs straight, kind of rock into the sit bones, press the heels away, and the toes flare and come back towards your shins. Fingers are right next to your hip bones. Press into the fingers, lift the chest, and find that opening. Full breath, belly's in, and then we're just going to walk the fingertips forward. Any amount. I don't want you to round through your spine. I want the spine, the neck to be long. So if it's just here, it's just here. It's good, right? Press the heels away. Draw the belly in and up. Draw the breath in. And as you exhale, what can you release, right? That's our practice. What do we release? So chest comes forward, toes flare back. Two breaths. And then as we're ready to transition, we bring the fingertips back outside the legs and we walk them back. Nice tall spine, nice tucked belly. Take the fingertips behind that left knee and just bring it up. Squeeze it in. So again, we squeeze, why? Because it allows us to use that leverage to lengthen the spine. Then pick up that foot and just take it on the other side. Again, we find that squeeze and a very gentle twist here. So you can hug that knee in, use that forearm, take the right hand behind you, find some length, and maybe it's only a twist to the side. For me, that's precious. I don't need to twist my spine. Just give me a gentle twist to the side, and then I use my eye muscles to gaze behind that right shoulder. And belly's in, and drop the shoulder down and away. Take another breath. Maybe bring the gaze back to the side, and always, before we move the whole body, bring the head forward to neutral, and then release the twist. Release that knee. Maybe shake it out. Maybe you feel that little massage. And then we draw the left knee in, and we squeeze, and we find that length in the back body. The shoulders. And when we're ready, we'll pick up that left foot and we'll just kind of draw it across the right leg. Again, we find the squeeze. We draw in the belly and we get nice and long. And then we take that twist. So left hand maybe comes behind. You either hug that knee in, or if you want to go deeper, you can bring the elbow outside and find your twist to the left side. And here again on the left side, find length in the spine. It's not about the twist. It's about lengthening and then maybe using your optic muscles to look behind you. Full deep breath in. And nice slow breath out. Take the gaze again to the side. Big breath. And then bring the head forward and then the body forward and squeeze again. That knee in. Bring the other knee to join the right. Okay? Press into the feet. Now bring your hands behind you. You've got a choice because some of us don't do reverse table, but bring the hands behind you, fingers pointing towards your back body. Open the chest like you're doing a back bend here, or press into your feet, lift the hips, and find reverse table. Again, chin can be forward, head can rest back into that upper trapezius, lift the hips or the chest wherever you are. And then slowly just drop it back down. The hips come down. The chin comes down. Walk your hands forward. Find a little bit of a counter stretch here as you wrap your arms around the shins. Head down. And as slow as you can go, we're going to draw those hands behind the knees. Again, keeping everything tucked in, spine round. We're going to make our way onto our back. Draw the chin and the knees together, like curl up into a very tight ball. And full happy baby here. Our squat, our malasana on our back. So let the knees go wide, hands to wherever, heels go up. Draw the knees down and give yourself a rock side to side. Just like a happy baby, just finding his feet and his toes, right? Maybe one leg extends for one final stretch, and maybe the other, or maybe both. Let it go. And from your happy baby, let's bring the big toe mounds together over your head. Begin to bring the balls of the feet together as you lower the heels down towards the hips. The blade edge of the foot to the mat. The knees go wide. Support if you need. Close down the eyes. Level out your pelvis. Big opening here. Hand to the belly and hand to the heart. And here we do that rhythmic breath. Exhales twice as long as the inhales, just to bring everything down to the earth. So for me, I inhale for 3. And I let it go for 6. I bring it in. I let it go. So whatever your rhythmic breath is, bring it in and let it go. And please remember, this breath is your true yoga practice. Namaste, my friends. Turn your device off. If you can stay longer, God bless you. And otherwise, use your hands. Draw the knees together to center. Roll to one side. I'll unmute us. I'll unrecord. And I thank you sincerely for your practice.